Alright, this is supposed to be the 7 video where I talk about stuff. So let's just go over what 7 can do, and then I will start the video and comment over it. 7 is basically a single target specialist. Her unique thing is that she has a stackable unique debuff that stacks up to 50% defense down, which is actually quite useful, especially considering chaos level bosses have really high defenses, and if you're able to lower them, especially to a large degree, it's 50%, it's pretty potent. And especially considering that it's a unique debuff, you can actually stack it with another defense debuffer. And you can actually reach beyond 100% defense down with the right combo, which is pretty good, though the chaos bosses have large defense ups, so that's not really too... you can't actually lower them to beyond 0 defense, so yeah. Anyways, one thing about 7 though, like, she's completely single target, and that means she can run into some trouble. So this video is the CPU raid chaos. There's one boss and then 2 small nodes that I have to deal with, and then you'll see sometimes like she doesn't really have the tools to deal with the other things, so that's why I borrowed Cryo. She has an AoE EX and she can pretty freely attack other things. And Y'shtola here is the healer, so let's get started. Alright. Let's just speed things up a little bit. At first, I did not choose to go with the EX to start. There's a reason to that. You'll see in a bit. So first, 7 has to apply the debuff on the right thing. So with her second LB, each wave, at the start of each wave of battles, she will randomly debuff one target with the Snakebite or Catch debuff. That's the unique debuff that does the defense down thing. It stacks up to 3 times. So sometimes if I'm lucky, I get it on the main boss. Sometimes if not, I have to reapply it. And then you can see when reapplying it, the damage output is significantly lower. So one annoying thing about this boss is that depending on your turn order and their turn order, the C node can actually give the B node the Brave Battery, leading up to a really hard-hitting HP attack right out of the gate. That's why I chose to hold on to Y'shtola's EX on the beginning. Right now I'm playing things a little bit risky. I'm gonna bank on A not HP attacking me, and Y'shtola can survive the lethal attack. So yeah, I'm gonna heal up and then just start doing damage. Right now, because as you can see, 7 does not have the tools to actually deal with AoE damage. I mean AoE Brave Shave. The plan here is to switch her out with an Emperor friend, and then just to make it a single target fight, and then she can shine. A really good thing about 7 though is that her longevity is really good. Okay, so that's her EX. Her EX actually recasts decently fast, and if you pay attention, her skill 1 is up 5 uses right now. After her EX use, it will go back to 6, which really helps with her longevity. And now Krau's EX specs, that's why I can ignore A. Right here, she's at 6 uses skill 1 again. I think now I'm gonna switch her out. Yep. With Friend Emperor, you have seen this before probably. A lot of damage, but right now I need to be very careful about how the turn order goes to maximize this damage. So what I want to do here is so that Emperor enters a summon around turn 3. He gets a meter off, he gets his EX off in summon, and I want to have C to have all the debuffs on him. So when he uses the EX in summon, all the traps will trigger. So that's why I delayed C. Now I will just battery up and start the summon. Or I did something else. Right, I want to summon when only one guy has the trap on it. Anyways, I think that should be it, yep. Cryo and Yashil has great synergy with Emperor, especially in summon, because of all the Brave Battery that's going on. Yeah, and Emperor still has a turn at the very end of the summon. That's when EX is gonna be ready. But I need to be careful not to do too much damage to C first, or else the boss will be in different mode. So now it's the perfect scenario. Emperor has one turn left, traps remaining here on the A and B, and then we have batteries waiting. I think I'm even going to, aim to push back a little, and the trap on A is actually gonna be covered by Emperor on field as well. This is actually very scary here because another move and then C might die, and then the boss will go haywire. This was very scary, but it managed to work out in the end. And there goes. Right, now turn 26, the remaining of the fight is just basically a single target DPSing down the boss, which I'm just gonna speed through at 2x speed, I suppose. Because the boss is weak to Thunder, not Emperor, Summon skill 2 will do weakness damage. Crowd helps her in doing that because of her elemental damage up. Here, okay, that was a little bit too fast. I want to talk about something. Here, EX is ready, but skill 1's still at 6 uses. So that means the skill refund wouldn't really work. I mean, it's gonna be wasted. So that's why I use the skill 1 first. Also, the thing is, with 7, when her skills actually hit a broken enemy or they break enemy, she gets low action delay, which is quite useful. Okay, here I want to explain a bit what I'm doing. Let me slow it down slightly. So, okay, we can see the boss Brave. The boss Brave is at 940. EX is not charged, and if the recast ability goes off, Ishtal's gonna die. And then when I'm checking the turn order from the skill uses, and it can push me up to here. So what I'm doing here is using additional ability to buy turns. So now it's a 3,700. So the next turn, the boss is gonna recover to Eye Brave, which means if I delay one turn, Eye Brave, and then break. And then Y'shtola has EX ready. And I survive. Very good. Now speed things back up. Seven's damage output is pretty nice on the single target anyways. I can safely HP plus there because of the last stand on Y'shtola. As long as she's above 50%, she cannot be killed. The launch wasn't where I wanted it to be, but can't really help it. I'm gonna bank on it not HP attacking me right there, which my bet pay off. Now I have to heal back up before the next attack. And it's basically just rinse and repeat. I need to be very careful though if I get into the situation before where the EX is not back up for heal and then I cannot delay it for long enough with additional abilities because I'm running out of cast. But thankfully that never happened later. Now I'm in the last stretches, so that's why I'm using the offensive additional abilities just to have more damage output. And I'm using the additional abilities to make sure that I'm able to break. Otherwise, if they recover to Eye Brave, there's a good chance that it will do a Brave to HP attack, which will one-shot. And I've actually reset at this point a lot of times to get this recording done. Because 7 is inherently not suited for anything other than a pure single target fight, which is slightly unfortunate. It's like less than that she's not well suited for anything other than a single target fight, is that she is actually actively punished from going off target. Because her damage relies on having the snakebite or catch debuff, and then you can only apply that to one enemy at a time. Like, okay, even though like her longevity is great, at the end of all these turns, how much ability I have left? 5 and 1. And then using the EX only requires one ability and one HP attack, or two abilities is guaranteed to recharge it. So like, and then each EX cast actually gives one use of skill 1 back, and so you can pretty much go on forever in a long fight. But there really isn't that much single target fights that you can bring her into. For Chaos anyways. Like, the one thing I don't like is that how her design is inherently quite disjointed from Chaos. Like, even for single target fights, like, you need characters to be able to deal with the boss's mechanics, and 7 doesn't actually do too much of that. Like, her defense down is good, her ability uses are good, but that's not enough to win in chaos. And then I don't really know where to even use her sometimes. Like, I'm certainly not gonna be able to use her in the furthest sense of dimensions. Like, stage 4 is single target, but they are immune to debuffs, which means it's 7's a no-no. And then everything else is multi-bosses. Even though like she has enough skill uses to reapply the debuffs on different enemies, but attacking an enemy without the debuff is just a huge punishment for her. That's not worth it. Like, a single target specialist is fine, but being actively punished from going off target is not that fine according to me. Anyways, yeah. I hope there are a few more single target chaos fights coming up, so I can at least get my investment worth out of 7. But yeah, as you can tell, I'm not really too enthusiastic about it. That's gonna be it for this video. Thanks for watching, I suppose.